Okay, so I'm just going to give you a few more tips and tricks that might help you create your spaceship rocket. One way you could do the spaceship is to do it flat on the work plane, so it's more of a kind of aeroplane type thing. And another way to do it would be so that it's standing upright, more like a rocket. So let's just say that this is going to be like the main body of my spaceship. I'm just going to add some wings, so I quite like the look of this kind of prism shape, and I'm going to kind of elongate that and stick that into the body. I'm just going to make sure it's in the right place. It is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that from above, zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to rotate it. Okay, when you rotate it, it should stick. It will be in, I think, 22.5 increments, so 22.5, 45, and so on. So 22.5, and let's just say I want the same the other side. Obviously, there's going to be two wings. If I select that wing, copy and paste, so I can obviously duplicate it and move it. Now, when I move it, I can hold down the Shift button. It will move it in a line with the other wing, and then what I need to do is flip it. So the flip tool is just here. When I click on the flip tool, ask me which way I want to flip it. I want to flip it this way, horizontally, and then all I need to do, hold down the Shift button and just pull that out a little bit further, and I've got it pretty much symmetrical there. Okay, there we go. So I've got my wings. Now it's important, if you do it flat like this, that everything is actually on the work plane, so that when it's 3D printed, then there are no kind of overhangs or any gaps underneath. We can work around those, so don't worry too much about them. But if it's as flat as it can be, that would be great. That'd be fantastic. So what else am I going to add? I'm going to add some details on the body. So I'm going to put some pieces that stick out like that. I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going to copy and paste that, or I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to move it onto the other side. You see, as you move it onto the side, if I hold down Shift when I move it, it would be directly across the side. Looked at that from above. I'm just going to get that. I need to rotate it as well. There we go. Kind of looks like eyes, but so that's obviously, you can add. You can see that's floating above the surface. So if I rotate around, you can see that's not quite where it should be. So if I just push that into the surface, there we go, that's right. So also make sure that any parts that you add on to another form, so I've added this form to this one, just make sure there's no gap in between them. Obviously when it prints, that will kind of fall off. It's probably better to actually rather than put it on the surface, is to actually push it in slightly. So if I select that form and just move it down into the surface like that, do the same with this one. It's probably better if they overlap. So it's much better if they overlap rather than them being sat on the surface, because there might be a gap. And that's it really. There's a couple of tips there for duplicating things, for moving things around in line with each other, holding down the Shift button, and obviously for flipping things over as well. There are quite a few other tools. Align, so we can actually align the wings. So if I just move that wing out, if I select this one and then hold down the Shift and select this one, I can align them. It's asking me where I want to align them, so I want to align them not here, but it's this one. Oh, it's this one here, look. Click on that and that will align them. So that's a way of making sure that the wings line up. Align. Okay, when you've finished your rocket, if you're happy with what you've got, then you will want to send it to your teacher to enter the competition. I would like you to send us the file. So if you go to send to, oh, and by the way, your work saves every time you do it, because it's online, your work saves. So next time you log in, then you will be able to access your work again. So the picture of your design there. Okay, I don't want that. What I want is the actual file. So what you're going to do is share over IM or email. So then you'll have to invite people, generate new link, copy the link, and then email that link to the technology teacher on the Satchel task. So forward it to the technology teacher on the Satchel task. So this task will be set on Satchel. Find the email of the teacher that you're going to email it to on there. You can also obviously ask your technology teacher for their email, and you can actually email it to them, and they will pass it on to the correct technology teacher. Okay, fantastic. That's it. So happy making. There are some more videos on the blog if you want to get some ideas of what to do. So there's some more Tinkercad tutorials on there of how to make other types of rocket as well. Be as creative as you can. Add more detail. Mine isn't quite detailed enough, so add plenty of detail and have fun doing it. Thank you.